Full moon 2020 21
2021.
March worm moon super moon Libra, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Starting off the grid with some Palo, I see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I decided to get the central piece started beforehand because I got some new pieces and it is rather complicated. If I pull this guy up without fucking things up. Okay. So we've got the original silicone carbide with the fulgurite and dravite. And in between there, I have laid fading quartz, which fading quartz is particularly useful in grids. It represents the silver string that attaches the physical realm to the spiritual and astral. Kind of just brings everything together. It's just gonna go right there. Get some lovely energy flowing. This is all from last month. This is all for this month.
I was wondering, I was like, how do you choose? So everything on the right is from last month's February grid.
Yes.
And this is everything that's going on this super moon, worm moon in Libra, March 2021 grid.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna bring in the directions now. This is for the east, the wind, flight, knowledge, movement, opportunity, and change. I haven't even started yet and I'm fucking sweating. Look at that shit.
Wow. Would you say you get hot pretty quickly doing these grids?
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of this. My entire face is beet red. I'm just like, ah!
He's already sweating, folks.
From the south, fire, passion, creation, destruction, and light. All that is warm, and all that is seen.
Mm.
And to the west for the earth, to the ancestors that are buried there, to all things that walk upon it, stability, groundedness, the thing that makes us all so.
Aho.
To the north, to the water, to the deep depths of emotion, to intuition, to the dark unseen. And that, which if we didn't have it, nothing would be here.
Without the darkness, there would be no light.
Yes. Even though I was just going for the fact if we didn't have water, we wouldn't have life.
Right.
Like, there'd be nothing.
How long can the body go without water? Side question.
I think it's 3 days. And it dehydrates. Okay, so how shall we play today?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is where the grid master, Aaron Twist, chooses, well, it's already predetermined what he's going to choose, but he grabs the crystals and, uses his intuition to place them on the grid where you need to place them, correct?
Yes. Though I do think about it for like weeks about what's being used, why they're being used, how to set them up, because this is some very intense shit. And the OCD can kind of get in the way a little bit, just saying.
So what's your overall intention for this Libra full moon 2021? You said you planned it out and think about it for weeks on end. What's your intention and goal for this one?
Well, after seeing what I was going to be working with, the main focuses and elements of this grid are zinc, magnesium, which to me is this is self-care, maintenance, doing what needs to be done to keep yourselves healthy and well. I'm using amber and serpentine and rutilated quartz to assist with all this energy as well. The serpentine's gonna kind of act like, well, a snake, pushing and weaving all of this energy through and around, while the rutilated quartz directs it and guides it, says, hey, go this way, go that way. Shows where it's needed most. Amber's just fucking amber. It's delicious and beautiful.
Never met an amber that wasn't delicious or beautiful. Here we go. That's beautiful. Yes. So, Aaron, for the people that are tuning in for the first time on this channel,
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've been making these crystal grids monthly during the full moon for a long time. You love crystals, but are these grids for the collective? Because I know you have certain people that are on the grid, friends of yours, family members in your life. Will these full moon grids help the collective in a way, even if they're not on the grid personally? What's your meaning behind that?
I feel like they do, because all of these are tapped into the overall energies of those time periods. I'm getting the fast forward download of, oh hey, this is what's coming, and it's being shown to me in crystal form, basically as a guide to, okay, here are some tools to work with. This is the energies that are going to be around. This is how to best utilize those energies. And so with that in mind, every person who's given me permission to be part of the grid, they're basically being put into that crystalline pattern. So they're basically having this directly channeled into them. Mm. And
so it's amplified for the people that are actually in the grid.
If you're in it, you're getting a direct feed.
Yep.
Everybody you interact with, everybody you live around, everybody you work with, your clients, your customers, whatever.
It ripples.
It ripples out. Now, how long it sticks around those other people you interact with depends on your connection with them. If you're around them a lot, then they're going to be fed into that energy a lot. If you interact once or twice, it might just last for that day.
Okay.
Which sometimes that's all it needs. You just need a little bit of a have at it, have fun, you know?
Absolutely. All right, let's get down here and see what you got going on. Libra full moon, March 2021. Worm moon.
Which those of you can recall from last year, I did a very similar grid with amber, serpentine, and zincite. But that one had fire agate in it and was essentially turning the Kundalini into a force of whatchamacalls it, like immune healing. Now, how do I want to do this?
So these look like there's some they almost look like crystal crumbs,
Essentially,
you know?
yeah. Zincite only exists naturally in 2 places that I am aware of. One is New Jersey, which is kind of weird. And then the other one is actually a naturally artificially created formation, because an old processing plant of some sort in Poland, I can't remember what was being pushed through the smokestacks, but they were made out of some kind of zinc compound. And the pressure and air and everything getting shot through it basically went into various cracks and things, causing crystallization to happen, which normally would never have happened, but because of the high levels of heat, along with getting into those cracks, the pressure being put upon it, like, you get instant crystals. And it's just the combination of, you know, what's out there. And this particular grid is being done in a rather straightforward kind of sense, because with most grids you have to kind of guess and figure out, okay, what are the elements in here, what are the crystalline compounds, what are the, like, what's the structure and everything like that. Where it's like this, the 2 main crystals straight up tell you what they are: zinc, magnesium. And to kind of figure out what those do on a spiritual level, what do they do on a physical level? Like, you said so yourself, you took some zinc today, right?
Yes, sir.
Why did you take that zinc?
Because I heard it was good for my immune system. And good for my body, and I need it.
There you go. And just like zinc having its properties for the immune boosting, particularly after being exposed to illness, which is not the worst thing in the world. It basically ensures that everything's working in proper order. And you take that and you combine that with magnesium, which is one of the most essential, like, added compounds that we need in our own bodies, because it's used in over 300 bodily functions.
Zinc?
Magnesium.
Magnesium? Wow.
Yeah, it's like everything from, like, nerve function, memory loss, or memory function, I should say. Bone growth. Like, you know how they always say that you need calcium and everything for healthy bones, but you actually need the magnesium because the calcium makes it so the magnesium makes it so that the calcium can be absorbed into the body. So a lot of people who have like low bone density and like weakness in those areas, it's probably because they don't have good magnesium. They're not getting enough of it. Best way to get magnesium: non-white rices, particularly black rice, volcanic rice, red rice. But it's delicious. It gives flavor to your food.
It gives the flavors.
I'm gonna keep it small, guys.
So most of these little guys right here came off this big piece, correct?
Yes, sir. Because magnesium is a fairly soft crystalline structure. It becomes stronger when it's made into an alloy. Which, if you were ever into like street racing or things like that, especially when it like with bikes, people will always talk about like magnesium because it's super light. But it's like it's stable and sturdy. Can't take a hit worth shit. But like you want something light and can get you there. Magnesium's what you go for. And I've always been kind of curious, like this piece of magnesium here is like what? Good pound, maybe 2. Your daily dosage of magnesium that you need is 250 milligrams. How many milligrams of magnesium is in this? And we do the majority of our absorption through our skin, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you just sit there and hold it for, it might take you a couple hours for the reactions to happen, but still, you can get your daily dose just by holding a rock. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Guys, while Aaron's putting these last few pieces on, I just want to go over here and introduce you to the Gridmaster's sidekick, Boris. Say hi, Boris, to the people out there. He says hi, guys. Over here's some crystal literature. If you guys are looking for some crystal literature, here's a few samples of what Aaron works with as he builds his grids. Yes, and the rainbow Mayanite came flying out of the stack when Aaron was pulling some cards earlier, so. We thought
I do work with a Mayan god, so it only makes sense.
Well, you can't say you work with a Mayan god and not let the people know which Mayan god you refer to.
Quetzalcoatl.
Why do you resonate with him so much?
Well, when I got my Reiki Master attunement, during it, I felt this energy just blow out my crown, and then it moved around me like this flying snaky motion, and I didn't think much of it at first because I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know what the fuck that means, but cool nonetheless. And just kind of ignored it for a little bit. But then as I got deeper into my spiritual practices and basically realizing that if you want to work with the concepts of spirit animals or totems or guides or whatever, you don't have to limit yourself to just one, because we aren't just a singular being. We have multiple different energies that at any given time, those energies can flux and change. So, that being said, I firmly believe that all of our chakras have an animal of some sort that resonates with it as a kind of spirit companion. And like if you pay attention to yourself, and like when those chakras are out of balance or in balance, you take on either the positives or the negative qualities of that particular animal. And if you just, work on a little bit of that introspection and self-reflection, you could realize where things sit. Like, for instance, my heart, straight up bear. It runs in my family. You ever meet them, you will see it, and you'll just be like, oh, okay.
You got big hearts?
Mm-hmm. Very protective, but also very solitary. Like, we're family-oriented, but we do our own thing.
Yep.
It's like, my boy here, sir, lion, heart, Chad, guess what one of his animals is? And then, what else you got up in there, Chad?
For me, I'd say I definitely resonate with the lion. Being a Leo son myself, lion. Oh, what other animals? I've definitely had a lot of the horse come up for me. I don't know too much about the horse, but like during meditations, I would see like myself like getting on a horse and riding into battle, or like in the vision I'd see like a war horse with armor on it. So horse, lions. I think owls came up every now and then for me as well.
All makes sense.
But I'd say the biggest would be the horse and the lion for sure.
Yeah, so back to the original point. So during the whole crown thing, I'm not realizing that what came out was essentially that spirit animal, so I'm like, okay, cool, there's a giant winged snake that's like silvery, but the way the light hits it, it comes off in rainbows, so it's this iridescent thing. And like at first my brain went to Quetzalcoatl, and I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense because I am as white can white. Why the hell would I have an Aztec and Mayan like deity involved with me? Like, that makes no sense. So I just kind of put it off for a while until one day I decided to, like, you know what? It came to me for a reason. I might as well accept it. So I went for a walk, and during that walk, I found this guy sitting straight like this in a stump. Okay? This is a raven wing feather. Ravens are the messengers of Quetzalcoatl. Can't get much more of a sign than that.
You can't really make that shit up right there.
And it's just like, well, okay, since that's apparently what's going on in my life, I'm just going to accept this and work with it. And then once I did that, I had some crazy meditation experiences where I had these two snakes go up my arms and like wrap around them and bite right here in my neck, and this like.
Would you say it was a Kundalini awakening during that Reiki attunement? Like when you felt that?
Probably. Like a lot of people have associated it to as such, but it's like the way it felt for me, like it didn't come all the way up through my body.
Yeah.
It just with my head going.
Maybe it's like your crown blasting open.
My crown just basically ignited itself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, cool. Because like I've had Kundalini awakenings and things like that before.
And you could feel it more come up through your whole spine.
Yeah, it's more of a full body experience where that was very localized.
Which is funny because your crown probably blasted open and then that information came in, Like, Aaron, work with me, Aaron.
It's like, okay. You ask and I shall do. I don't know why, but
I just had a vision of like, how do you say his name again?
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl?
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl. I just had like this crazy vision of him like in like a different dimension, just like smoking a fat joint, and like all of a sudden like your crown bursts open. He's like, "Work with me, Aaron, bro. Like, just work with me, man."
So I'm not certain if he was a stoner. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Watch, I get the Cheech version. Like, yeah, man. Shit's wild.
Shit's wild up here in 15D, man. Wow, bro, this is looking pretty crazy. This has kind of got like a... I'm almost catching a snake vibe off of this. Just the way the... I don't know, man. I'm just catching a snake vibe here. Almost like it's scales, or the way how you have the crystals in between the magnesium. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. And if I'm working with my dude, I'm working with my dude. Okay, because I don't get as many of these as I thought.
All right, so now you're going to the clear quartz. Is that just to amplify?
That and to extend, because I thought I had more of these to work with, but apparently not quite, so now I can go and do shit like this. Go shwam.
Advice to the people this month working with this energy, this Libra full moon energy until the next full moon. Any advice?
Get your self-care in check. Because we're going to need it. Yes, we might have a vaccine and all that stuff coming out right now. I probably shouldn't even say anything because, you know, talking about this shit can get you flagged. I watch YouTube a lot now. Don't ask why. But, like, shit's not over. Just because it seems like some fat lady's singing doesn't mean it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
Like,
we have to like be conscious of like what we're putting in our bodies, and definitely self-care. And I know that's hard to say because maybe I'm in a position more than other people where I can like say not everybody can afford organic food all the time or whatever, you know. Some people might just have a buck and they have to get that cheeseburger from McDonald's because they have no fucking choice, and to me that just shows how fucked up the system is.
Yeah. But like, you can still make sure that you're making better choices, you know? Because all too often we kind of succumb ourselves.
Oh, that guy looks fucking powerful. This guy right here. I don't know why he's calling me. He's calling me.
Play with him for a minute.
You care? Hold on. Let me fucking amplify this video. I'll hold it in my left hand.
If he wants to say hi, let him say hi, right? The rocks are talking, let them speak. That's what I always say. That's why I'm so weird.
Wow, this looks like... It's almost like a fucking... Like the way it's shaped is like a spaceship, or like a what do they call it out in space? Like a space station or huge satellite.
Space station.
That's a good review. Aaron Twist's grids are like a space station.
I mean, I have joked sometimes about being all like, oh, I'm going to do something and make a grid one day, and all of a sudden it's going to be taken as like an alien landing point. I'm just going to be like, oh, shit. Didn't quite mean for you guys to like land, but since you're here, what's that? I don't know about you. I wouldn't be scared if aliens came by.
Nah, I mean, I honestly, one of my goals is to be one of the first humans to interview an alien from another planet.
I think I've heard you say that before.
Like, oh, we know, like, instead of sending, like, fucking Brad Pitt or, like, a fucking senator, or they probably send, like...
What's that fucknuts from Fox News? Tucker Carlson?
Yeah, instead of sending Tucker, they'd be like, oh, let's call Chad Diamond Dan up and let's get this alien on Good Morning and Greatness.
Hells yeah. As it should be.
I feel like I could do like a non-biased interview with an alien, you know? And actually listen to him without like...
Are you here
creating
to take
a threat?
us over?
Are you here to kill us all?
What is your motivation? Dude, I heard you had some good weed.
Like, bro, I just came in, like... Heard you guys got some good pot here on Earth.
It's like, last time I came, that shit was subpar. My buddy Jim stopped by a couple years ago, came back, and was like, dude, they did something, man.
Right, like the last times the aliens stopped by and smoked that good weed, fucking Stonehenge and the pyramids were built.
Gotta bring that sass back. I've been having so much internal music lately.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I've been getting a lot of like, even like old songs coming up into my head and shit. I'm like, where is this coming from? Because I'm not listening to music like that on the daily, you know. Especially those old songs.
Right.
What are you getting?
Well, I've been listening to a bunch of weird shit again. But I mean, it's me. What do you expect? But it's just really catchy and fun, so I keep listening to it. And when you actually listen to it, you're just like, oh, okay, that's a bit on the nose. In church. Let's see.
My hands are definitely, I was just going to say to you, my hands are definitely like feeling like numb and like tingly. And as soon as I was about to see that, I looked on the timer on this video and it said 33:33. It's like, okay. There's those threes.
3 it up all motherfucking day. Smoke weed every day. All those ones. Oh no, those are better. This motherfucker. I've told people before, never try to understand what I'm doing, because I don't.
So basically this I know you do your research and like you think about it because just I'm gonna flash it quick and not give him too much, but you guys can see like he has his notebooks over here. He kind of knows what he's doing. Well, not kind of. You're the grid master. You know what you're doing, but a lot of it just kind of comes through you, right?
Mm-hmm. Like it's just there. Where it came from? Oh. If I knew, it'd make life so much easier.
Are you putting that big guy on there too? You think?
Potentially, if I can figure out the best placement for him.
Interesting. I just noticed you got copper wire wrapped around these. What are those? Selenite or quartz?
Quartz.
So you're amplifying shit.
Mm-hmm. It's also going to ground it a little bit. Maybe. Probably not.
Speaking of, you say, "Oh, my body." Do you like? I know, with the line of work you do, your body's gonna naturally hurt as a massage therapist
Mm-hmm.
and magician of chaos. But how does the working with the energy of the grid? Like I know you're bending over and doing stuff like that, but like, does it affect your body? Like, does it? I mean, I know you're pretty good with your energy hygiene, but can you feel the effect of the crystal grid build days after, or are you integrated that pretty well?
It depends on the grid, honestly. Sometimes it's not that bad, not that, big of a deal. Other times it's like I've had times I didn't want to sleep in my house because of the grid I built. I'm just like, it's a little much, even for me. And as these guys will tell you, I'm the guy who'll walk around completely fine with a piece of moldavite, tektite, and meteorite around my neck.
Mm-hmm.
And just being like, what? I don't need to spin. But man, sometimes my house...
I'd like to see a muggle walk in here and see if they feel the energy. I think they would. You know what? Now I'm sitting over this angle. While you're doing that, guys, I just want you to see what's underneath here. What's going on underneath here, because Aaron's obviously got this charging with something. He has a chessboard with the chess pieces, but what do you got going on underneath here for charging up the grid? And you're laughing, so I know it's something.
Well, there's the obvious, just clear and smoky points.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are pretty clear cut on what they do. Then you've got black obsidian, mahogany obsidian, working to repel things that are unwanted while keeping it grounded. These go by the name of golden lemurians or Mars quartz. Those are basically going and amplifying everything. These are called Kyocera. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But Kyocera combines extremely high frequencies with deep earthy vibrations. Carries the mega forces of the multidimensional universe. Is a battery for personal power. With this stone, you create your own reality. Empowers every cell in your body. Tunes you to the Akashic records of the soul's purpose. All possible pathways and outcomes.
What?
Helps those who find it impossible to meet a boundary. Helps create a constructive solution. Carries chi and bioscalar waves. Is an all-around healer. Shields against Wi-Fi emanations and electromagnetic pollution. Geopathogens. Recharges, imbalances meridians, organs, and overcomes energetic depletion. So
so basically, it's the reality stone in the Marvel universe. Like,
yeah, it's one of those ones that, like, once I figured out what it was and what it does, I'm just like,
I need that.
That just makes all this sense to put underneath here.
What's it called? Kyocera?
Kyocera.
Kyocera. Guys, I mean, we didn't know we were going to read that. Aaron just read that for a reason. Maybe along with the energy of this grid, try working with a Kyocera stone this month if you can get access to one.
If you can get access to a Kyocera, you should just work with it all the time. Because it is something else. I also think it's part of the reason why sitting on my couch, I can almost never get my remote to the TV. It is ridiculous, but funny as hell to me. It's like, oh, look at that, my shit's doing things. Fucking with the cosmos.
You know, this feels good. This does feel balanced and, like, you know, compared to other crystal grids where I've gone live or, like, I feel kind of a little calmer with this one.
That could also be the side effect of the last grid because that's still sitting on right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that last grid was just pure calm, relax, take care of shit.
Zoomed in a little too far there. Sorry, guys.
What the fuck, Jack? Supposed to be the pro, man. God.
We're testing out this new SG20 Samsung 21. This 5G Marvel. Which has got, you know, really good video. So we're gonna see what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. Take the old school magic, match it with the new school magic, see what you get.
Mm-hmm. Damn, this looks crazy, bro. You got a little gapper over here. What's going there?
I'm working on it now,
okay,
man.
Okay.
You gotta go around the circle.
Just trying to get into the mind of the grid master. You've heard
I don't recommend that.
You've heard me call you the grid master like 5 times in this video already, so you know I'm trying to push that, right?
Yes.
I try to coin nicknames by I just keep calling people shit and then hope it sticks. If it sticks, it sticks.
I mean, when I went and helped Chad grid his space, like, he had his cousin there where he's just like, yeah, I had to, go and get myself a master builder to do things, and I got Aaron here being the master grid builder doing his thing. I'm just like, oh okay. I didn't think I was a master.
You didn't ask for it, but
you know what they say, most titles are earned, not self-given.
Yes, sir.
Because if you give yourself a title, you know what that makes you sound like? Daenerys. You know what happened to that bitch?
She went crazy.
She went real cray-cray.
She did go crazy, but I almost was kind of digging her.
Of course.
In that last season. You know, like a lot of people, as far as Game of Thrones, like, you know, I
They
had,
hate on that last season so hard.
yeah, I loved it. You know, who, you know, you could be the most creative person in the world. Like, I like to see them try to end that shit better. You know,
Right? With everything that was kind of thrown at them, the time restraints and all that blah blah, and like the expectations of everybody. It's like you make a show like that, your expectations are so high that like ending it is almost like taboo. So you'd have to do some stupid like. Let's put it like this. At least they didn't end it like they ended Sopranos, okay?
yeah, that was horrible.
Like, that is bullshit. I didn't even watch The Sopranos, and I know that ending. Like, come on now.
I am gonna say this though. As much as Cersei was hated, I fucking loved her character, and she will forever be my queen.
Well, that's because you're a Lannister. We all know this. Right? You've accepted your role in life and made it known to everybody. Okay?
I am a Lannister.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would chill with the Peter Dinklage any day.
Shit, me too, man.
I mean, said, like, I'm the Peter Dinklage, but instead of I drink and I know things, I smoke and I know things.
Yeah.
And that became a meme afterwards. Like, I said that, like, season 2, okay?
You're basically the Peter Dinklage of Crystal Grits.
I don't know if I would go that far.
Let's not fully accept that, but
That's a little too showboaty for my opinion. I just feel like trying to put that on there is just not gonna.
yeah, I think it'll be too much. It feels balanced.
I just.
So you need to get a massage after doing this.
I've needed a massage for months. That's cracking the wrong part of my back.
What's this guy?
This guy, he is a little spirit doll created by my friend Audra. And since I had no idea what the hell to do with him for a long ass time, I decided to shove a piece of quartz and kyanite into his head and make him into the spirit of the grid. Like, he is the physical manifestation of what the grid's energies are.
Nice.
And always in the center, you put a little bit of everything being used. A little bit of amber, a little bit of rutilated quartz, a little bit of magnesium. My dude just gonna take a chill. Like that. It's a little too low. I want to use a new one. New grid, new power.
So back to the Palo. You started with the Palo,
Mm-hmm.
and now that you got the grid in its form, you seal it with the Palo, or what do you do?
The Palo's gonna come through and just kind of kick it up, you know. I'm debating if I want to do anything else to it. I like how that's sitting. Does not look right. Son of a bitch. This is why I need to get this thing made into resin. Because it's so easy to knock things off.
So that whole centerpiece.
Yeah, I want to get all of this just like encased into a piece of resin because that'd be amazing.
Uh-huh.
can't do that because they can draw something from more than one direction. I don't know if you saw, but I go through and I do the same symbol.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering.
Each of the directions. I know a lot of people who have to physically turn. It's no shame, no shame. Yeah. They're just not as weird as me.
Yeah. Weird is the new normal.
Hells to the yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, then that means I'm just saying you're not as normal as me. Fuck off. And making this a YouTube channel, unfortunately, it's not going to be kid friendly. I have yet to figure out how to control my mouth. So, fuck it.
Fuck it.
I mean,
This is one of my favorite parts, guys. So this is where I know I keep saying it, but tell me if I'm wrong, sealing the grid, correct, with the pendulum?
doing multiple things. Sealing it is one thing. Activating and bringing together the energies is the first thing I do. This is kind of just unifying everything, pulling it all together. Is there anybody even watching me on my Facebook? 'Cause I can't tell.
I don't know, it's hard to tell.
It's probably wants to shut that out because I need to take pictures before
Yeah.
I put people on, because then I just kind of forget.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we'll do is end this video before you put the people on.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, for the people that are watching on Aaron's channel right now, Aaron does add, family, friends, and all types of people to the grid after, the original crystal grid, which you're seeing right now for the full moon in Libra for March 2021. He will add people on. If you would like to be added to the grid, you can email the email in the description below, but we're going to stop it here, and Aaron's just going to take pictures of that later. You can find that on the Facebook group, which is called
Communal Crystal Grid.
Communal Crystal Grid, if you want to join that. Because we like to, it's a sacred thing if you're going on this.
And it is a private group,
Yes.
So I may have to figure out how to do like the questions thing and be like, where did you find me? Why do you want to be on here?
Yep.
I don't want just a bunch of randos showing up and spamming shit.
So you can have them answer questions. That's no problem.
Yeah. Like I've seen it. I know it's there. It's a thing. I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, if you're on this grid, it's a sacred thing. If you end up joining the Facebook group, Communal Crystal Grid, then you can see that. But we want to keep everybody's energies that are amplified by this full moon don't need to be broadcasted to the fucking entire planet.
Yeah. And if your energies are problematic and you do things that cause problems to this, I will remove you from it.
You will be removed, ladies and gentlemen, and people that identify as whatever you want to identify as.
Like if you're a shit, it's like you're trying to like tell people what to do and order people around and fuck around and all that shit. Like, no, fuck you. Get around. Get it. I ain't got time for you. Let's see. Do a little switcheroo. So that works there. That still works there.
And what I could do, Aaron, is as you take pictures, I'm gonna take some pictures too. But I can, I'll go live from my phone in the community Facebook group.
Okay.
As we're adding people on, so they can see that.
Okay.
And then I'll post this video as well.
Gotcha.
And we're coming up on an hour.
Nice.
So.
I mean, last time I did this and I was by myself, it took me almost 2 hours just to do it. It didn't feel like it was that complex of a thing last time.
Well, I think when we're together, we're flowing, we're talking, you know.
It's like
when you're by yourself,
comes a little bit clear. Or by myself, it's just like, oh.
Next thing you know, you're fucking wandering off into the kitchen.
Like I'm hungry. Need some snacks.
Beautiful.
I wish it was windy outside today or like raining. 'Cause goddamn, I'm hot. Yeah, I think that's good.
All right. Here it is, everybody. The Libra full moon, super moon, warm moon 2021 at the end of March. Any last words of advice, Aaron, to the people out there for this moon?
Be great, be you, and don't be a dick.
Be great, be you, don't be a dick.
I
Guys,
stole that one from you, too.
if you like what you're seeing, you know, we're hoping to post at least one video per month, crystal grid, showing the build of the full moon crystal grid. And, you know, if you're interested in crystals or whatever, maybe we'll have some more content coming. But if you want to, you know, be a part of it, hit that subscribe button and check the description below.
Can't forget Chad's favorite part.
Check the description below for an email if you have any questions.